Hey everyone, sorry. Hey everyone, this is my nose is itchy. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. No, that's not right. I'm always getting that incorrect. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. Nailed it. Welcome to my channel. And today we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna be doing a response slash editorial slash opinion. Here's the thing. This is actually the second time that I'm recording this video because I already recorded this once. It took like 22 minutes and I decided not to go with it because partly I think I can make my argument a little faster, and also because the last video sounded a little bit more venomous than it meant to. I was supposed to be having fun with it, but at the risk of causing another drama war thing, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna remove that one and we're gonna do this much more straightforward with this time around. So anyway, I am making this video kind of as a response, but not really, it's complicated, to a fellow, I guess, gig tuber. I don't know if he would consider himself an Uber tuber, called I'm messing this up already. Chad the Gig Economist. I have gig on my mind, so I should make a video about Gig Young one time. That's a real person, by the way. But anyway, so Chad, me and Chad have a very interesting relationship. I like his videos, personally. I actually think that if you're going to be watching InstaCart videos and stuff, he's probably the one that you want to watch the most. I think he really knows what he's talking about. He's clearly done it for a long time, and most of his information, from what I can gather, is correct. So that's, I like his channel. I don't think he likes me very much. He used to comment on my videos. They were all kind of snarky, and I thought they were all in good fun, but then they got meaner and meaner, and then he called me Apptrepreneur, like, I think as little as like a day or two ago. So I think he doesn't like me very much, but, you know, that's kind of besides the point. Bottom line, I've got a very, very interesting relationship with this guy. And he didn't upload, really. He posted this comment on his community tab that I'm going to read right now, and then I'm going to kind of tell you why this resonated with me and why I wanted to respond to it. Where he says, have you noticed that certain channels with a huge subscriber base are all of a sudden making videos about InstaCart? These are people who are new to the gig economy game, and they're making mostly ignorant, misleading, clickbait videos getting tons of views. It really hurts people like me who know what we're doing but haven't built up the massive YouTube following of these Johnny-come-lately. So let me start by saying right now that as I respond to this post, I'm responding to the argument and what's being said. I'm not saying Chad's a bad person. I'm not saying go to his channel and dislike this comment and leave nasty comments. I'm not saying harass him. If you're gonna go to his channel, watch some of his videos, and if you like the videos, subscribe to his channel. That's all I'm gonna say. I am about building people up when possible, or when I'm not in a foul mood. That's a joke, by the way. And that's that same thing. I don't want to be hearing things like Apptrepreneur sicked his fans of me. No, I didn't. I told you not to bother him if you had nothing nice to say. But that said, this was a very interesting comment because I think there's a good lesson on how YouTube works as a business and what you can personally do if you find yourself in a situation where someone is coming in on your territory, so to speak. And I know this from experience because, believe it or not, there was a time I was the rideshare news guy. I was the guy people came to. They came to my videos. I did them frequently. I did them multiple times a day, and my videos skyrocketed and everything. And then some guy with a pink fly swatter came along, did it better than me, had a better personality, was thinner than me, a lot nicer than me probably, and, well, now he's the number one. I could be mean, I could be bitter about that, but I'm not. That's just kind of how life works sometimes. You do something for a little while, and then someone comes along, and there's always going to be someone better than you. So I don't take it personally, and the fly swatter guy, I hope that doesn't become his nickname. We all know who we're talking about. Me and him actually talk on the phone quite a bit, so, we're on very good terms. But I read this comment and I kind of realized there's still like a big misconception about what YouTube is and what it can be. And this comment really solidifies. Let's take this piece by piece at a time. Have you noticed that certain channels with a huge subscriber base are all of a sudden making videos about InstaCart? Now, for this sentence, I'm going to assume he's talking about the big Ubertubers, the people with the fly swatters, the people who make 10 videos a day talking about unemployment and how they got deactivated from Lyft for the 50th time in a row, the professors who do long live streams. I'm assuming these are the people he's talking about. Well, to that sentence, yes, that makes sense. It makes sense because right now news with rideshare is not very good. In fact, it's not even not very good. It's not very existent. You're not seeing a lot of stories about Uber and Lyft, and you're not even seeing a lot of people drive because ridership has plummeted. The rides are down. In many cases, it's super dangerous to do rideshare, and I do not recommend people do it. I don't care if you need to make money. There's other ways to make money. If you catch the creepy crud that's in the air, you could be out of commission for a heck of a lot longer, and then you'll really have a hard time paying the bills. So there's a reason rideshare is not much of a topic right now. But you know what is a topic is InstaCart and DoorDash and Postmates, things that people can do relatively safely, all things considered. And that's, they're getting into it because they can't do this. And in fact, it kind of even makes, I'm going to hold on to that point for a second. So that makes sense. There's not that much to talk about in rideshare. So if you're like a big person who talks about this industry, Instacart and Postmates and DoorDash is what you're going to be talking about now. But let's continue with this comment. These are people who are new to the gig economy game, and they're making mostly ignorant, misleading clickbait videos getting tons of views. Now, what's interesting about this sentence is that it almost seems like to be a 180 from the first sentence. In the first sentence, it was channels with a huge subscriber base. But then in the second sentence, these are people who are new to the gig economy game and they don't know what they're talking about. So I'm going to assume that these are two separate arguments. As for the people who are new and they're making a bunch of Instacart videos, here's the thing. Most of us got into rideshare because of unemployment. I mean, that's how I got into Uber. I lost a job, it was there, and I signed up, and it definitely changed my life for better or for worse. And that's how most of these people got started. I don't know a single Ubertuber who said that they got into the gig economy because they looked at it from the outside and they're like, hey, you know what? That looks like fun. I'm going to quit my office job with 401k and sick leave and vacation, and I'm going to go drive rideshare forever, and I'm going to make a YouTube channel out of it. There might be one person I can think of who might have done that. But for the most part, that is not how this typically works. You get into this because you were kind of forced into it, and then you either find a love for it, or you find that you're good at it, or maybe you get stuck in it. Whatever it is, that's how you normally get into it. You find a way to make it work in your life. So here's the thing. If they are new, yeah, maybe they're new and they're making videos because it's like they kind of realize, hey, we're struggling and we're discovering things that we think are neat and new and that no one's thought of them before, which is why people continue to make Uber channels where they explain how Uber works to this day, and they're uploading them probably because they don't know any better. They're doing it, and they decide they want to share their expertise because you really feel like you're your own boss when you do this. When you're in the car, you've got your own thought process. You have strategies that you implement for the most part. Some people don't do any strategy at all, and you want to share those strategies and turn it into something for YouTube. And yeah, some of these are clickbait, but that's it. And they're getting tons of views. Well, that's probably because people are looking this up. I think that actually speaks volumes about how popular Instacart really is right now, because so many people are out of work. They can't turn to Uber and Lyft for work, so what are they going to do? Well, let's turn to Instacart. Let's see what we can do with Instacart. So they're searching these videos up, and then, yeah, YouTube is feeding them all these videos. And sometimes the new people, they just uploaded it so it's fresh and it's current, and that's what happens. Now here's the third comment, and this is really the thing that I wanted to really talk about. These first two things normally does not require a video or response of any time. But here's the thing. It really hurts people like me who know what we're doing but haven't built up the massive YouTube following of these Johnny-come-latelys. And this is something I have a little bit of experience in, but I'm going to say this right now. YouTube is not fair. It's not fair, and it's not something that you can always count on to be yours. It is essentially a free market on YouTube. You can make videos about something, it can get popular, and then someone bigger than you sees that you're doing well, they decide they want a little bit of that apple pie, and they enter the market, your market, so to speak, and they make videos, and you might not think that's fair, but it's totally valid. Let me give you an example. Live streaming and gaming channels on YouTube have been around for a very, very, very long time. And most of those people were unknowns. They started in their, mother's basement, then they moved into their apartment, to their own house, and they're making their own brand. They're playing games and they're doing all that stuff. And they had to work hard to get noticed. Now, how do you think they feel when Jack Black or Freddie Prinze Jr. decide, hey, you know what, this looks fun, we're going to make a gaming YouTube channel. They upload their first video, not even anything is really in the video, and they get hundreds of thousands of subscribers right from the get-go just because they were in Hollywood movies, so people recognize them and they're curious. It sure seems a little unfair, doesn't it? But it's not. That's business. That is the market speaking. In all these situations that he has outlined, there's one thing that is being missed. This is called missing the forest through the trees. Is that YouTube, unless you're doing this for fun, if you're doing this for fun and you don't care about the views, you don't care about the money, you don't care about the likes, dislikes, the comments, you don't care about any of that, and you're just doing it because you just want to do it, none of this even matters, by the way. But if you're doing it because you do want subscribers, you do want views, and you do want the ad revenue, and I think most people on YouTube are definitely okay with that, then you have to realize that this is just business. This is business. Right now, there is a lot of interest in Instacart. There's a lot to talk about with Instacart, and thus, whether you are an old established channel who's looking for new types of content to fill your channel with, or a small breakout person who's looking at what's currently trending and seeing that this is a topic that's trending and they want to get on top of it, it doesn't matter. It's called following the money. They follow the money. They've decided this topic is where there's some money, so they are going to try to get money from that, because that's where the business model is. And in many ways, it's no different than Netflix making streaming on demand, which people were not sure was going to work, and then they see other companies see them be successful, and then Disney is like, hey, you know what? Why are you paying us $50 million for our library when we could put it on our own server and get 50 to 100 million subscribers and have them pay us directly for our stuff? Why are we letting you use our stuff? We're going to get into this. And then you have Crunchyroll and Criterion Channel and Hulu. Basically, Netflix had that market to themselves. They were making streaming videos, but hey, someone else decided they wanted a piece of that pie, they entered it, and it was a totally valid reason. And you know what? It works out because now that there's more than one company, they all have to make exclusive content for their platforms to get you to subscribe to their platforms. Consider this a challenge. And I'm not talking just to Chad, by the way. I'm talking to everyone who's doing YouTube. If you find your videos are suffering because everyone's making the same type of content, then either make your content better so that yours is worth watching over theirs, or go in a different direction. Talk about something that maybe they're not talking about. Like, and this is kind of why I wanted to, tackle this particular comment. Not to make fun of Chad. Again, he doesn't have to like me. I think his videos are fine. But because I see comments like this all the time, like, you're just doing this for clicks. You're just doing this for clickbait. It's like, well, no kidding, Sherlock. It's YouTube. You don't want to spend time making videos no one is going to watch. And guess what? How's your business? Yeah, again, it's business. This is business. So if you are treating your YouTube channel as a business, you're going to look at the market, you're going to get a feel for the pulse of the community, you're going to see what are people interested in talking about, or maybe what people are not talking about. Like, if someone's already made this video, can I add something to it that will make my video worth watching more than you? This is just how you have to approach YouTube. A channel that I like to watch, even though some people consider it the worst YouTube channel in the world, is Gamer from Mars. And granted, I don't watch them because they're the best made videos in the world. I watch them because the guy reviews YouTube channels that are dead, that used to be on top of the world, who aren't, and he kind of analyzes why they fell from grace. And when you watch those channels, it's a really humbling experience to know that you could be on top of the world, but this platform is so fickle. All it takes is for someone else to do what you're doing just a smidge bit better, and then guess what? You're not on top of the world anymore. And I mean, that's kind of what I've been noticing, by the way. That's why out of the last 11 videos, if you count this one, I'm not talking about Uber and Lyft as a main topic, because it's like, you know what? I'm reading the pulse of the community. There are people with way more subscribers than me. I don't think I can take their views, and I'm going to talk about other things that maybe they're not talking about, and that is a choice I'm making. The channel might not survive under that mindset, but I'm going to give it a try, because the only thing that hurts worse than having someone come along and get the views for the topics that you used to get those views for is to keep trying to compete with them and not succeeding. I'm going to try something different now. And this was, by the way, also thank you for this topic, because this is a very different topic than what I normally do. Now, to end on a happy note with me and Chad, I did leave a comment on this one, because again, I don't dislike the guy personally. I think he's nice. I don't know. Well, maybe nice is a strong word, but I mean, I like his videos. After all, he has called me names. But I did write, and this was when I kind of realized I wanted to expand this a little. He's like, I wrote, "That's how YouTube works. People go where the money is. It's business. The good news is, if that's where the views are, the algorithm will promote your videos to a certain extent, which means you will gain new viewers if they are good. So roll up your sleeves, make the best videos you can, and don't worry about anyone else. You can only control what you put out. So make sure you put stuff out that you love." And he hearted it. I got a heart from Chad. I love that. And he didn't respond to it, but I think that shows that there's like some mutual respect for one another. I believe. And so I wish him the best of luck. And by the way, Chad, if you ever want to come on my channel and do like a live stream discussion, if there's any differences we have, we can of course work them out. I mean, a lot of us are stuck in the house, so it's a great time to do it. But that's kind of my thing. The main point of all of this is that, yes, there's a lot of InstaCart videos. There's a lot of Uber unemployment videos. People are making them because that's where the money is, and they're just simply treating YouTube as the business you need to treat it as, and that's the only way it's going to grow. That's the only way you're going to make money doing it. And as Andre the Black Nerd said, and he's a pretty popular YouTuber, that if I wanted to be rich and famous, I'd rob a bank. So to a certain extent, you're only doing YouTube because you enjoy doing it. If you're not enjoying YouTube anymore, then it's probably not the business for you to be in. And as for more perspective, I mean, if you have a YouTube channel and you're looking at another YouTube channel that does something that you do, and you say like, well, that person has 30,000 subscribers more, and they're on my turf, and I want the subscribers, they're stealing from me. Well, guess what? You have channels like the Mysterious Mr. Enter that will have 500,000 more subscribers than any of us. And he talks about cartoons. So you look at things like that, and it's like, maybe I'm not even, maybe I'm in the wrong business to begin with, but it's what I know. So anyway, that's where we are going to end this one. I don't think this was actually any shorter than the last one, but I think it's a lot nicer. So anyway, I'd like to know what you all think about this. Do you agree, disagree? I'd love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.